Rights to this game are granted by the University of Notre Dame to Metro Communications Incorporated. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without written consent is prohibited. The announcers on this telecast have been selected and paid by Metro Communications Incorporated in consultation with the University of Notre Dame. While the Irish have won the toss, and Florida State will kick. Going back deep, Joe Howard and Greg. For the Seminoles, it'll be Mike Rendina. Florida State for the Seminoles, it'll be Mike Rendina. Florida State coming off a big upset at Ohio State last week. The Irish coming off a victory at Michigan State, and we're underway. On the left side, coming up the middle to the 30 to 35, and he is brought down at the 40-yard line. Dave Duerson, who is playing up, puts the Irish in great field position.
Good spark by Notre Dame. The Irish versus the Seminoles, the first meeting between the two teams. Good blocking there by Pete Buchanan, who is in there starting at tight end.
All right, the Irish coming up to the line of scrimmage. Mark Fisher over the ball. Tim Cagle, the quarterback. Full house backfield, or for you old-timers, a T formation. And a give to the fullback up the middle to about the 48-yard line. John Sweeney before being brought down by linebacker Tommy Young.
There's Notre Dame offense. Cagle at quarterback. Bell at the tail. Sweeney, Pushka, and Hunter at the wide receivers. The line, Buchanan, Thayer, Kistner, Fisher, Shiner, and Kwasniewski.
Mark Brooks brought the play in from the sideline, so Sweeney on that 8-yard gain is out. Second down, 2 yards to go. The ball at the Notre Dame 48-yard line. I formation. Pushka split out to the right, and a give to Bell, sweeping the left side, inside the 40, down to about the 34-yard line. Before he is forced out of bounds, Larry Harris pushed him out.
There's the defense. Coursey, Carricker, Futch, and McLean, the down linemen. Linebackers, Young, Gilbert, and Rowe. The deep backs, Clayton, Harris, two Harrises, and Riley.
So Florida State allowed only 38 yards last week against Ohio State, but the Irish now into Florida State territory. The ball on the 43-yard line. Pushka split right, Hunter to the left. And a give to the left halfback, Hunter. And he is brought down by Alfonso Carricker.
Notre Dame coming out with two tight ends and a full house backfield. And this spreads the defense out, Lauren, and gives them more power to run, and that's what Jerry Faust is trying to do. Trying to establish that running game early in the first period.
Well, we talked at the top of the show about the Irish possibly passing more against Florida State. Vulnerable last week, but the man they were vulnerable to, one of the best, Art Schlichter of Ohio State. I formation, Greg Bell, Mark Brooks, the fullback, and we have a flag on the play. Apparently, somebody on the Irish jumped offside.
I think it might have been too much time. Cagle didn't like the defense, and he was trying to change it. There's the right side jump there.
Notre Dame offside, so Florida State will accept the penalty. That puts the ball back to the 47-yard line. It'll be second down, 14 yards to go. Just underway at Notre Dame, Indiana. Full house backfield. Now they shift out of it. Hunter going to a slot back. Pushka split right. Cagle back to pass, looking downfield. He has Bell at the 45. He gets across the 40, inside the 35, and run out of bounds by Eric Riley on the far side of the field, along with Pat Milligan.
Good play there, Bell. Watch Bell. He's the tail of the eye there. Watch, he fakes going in for a block. He slips through the line there. Gets away from number 38. That's Ken Rowe, a good linebacker. Gets to the outside, tries to turn it on, and has the ball hanging out there loose. 13-yard gain.
Well, he had a great game a week ago against Michigan State. 20 carries, 165 yards.
He was questionable today. He has a slight hip pointer, whatever that is.
To me, a hip pointer is a hip pointer, but Coach Faust said he did not practice all week. They waited before the game to determine whether he could play, and the give to Bell, and he is swarmed all over for a loss. Jarvis Corsi and Alfonso Carricker, two of the main men that brought him down, and then he had a host of friends.
Well, last week against Ohio State gained over only 48 yards and 31 carries. Watch this pursuit here. Tommy Young, 54, coming in there, and good gang tackling by the Seminoles.
So the Irish do not pick up the first down. It's 4th and 2. They're going to go for it with the ball on the 34-yard line. Notre Dame shifting. Hunter a slot back on the right side. Cagle dropping back, but he gives off to Bell, and Bell has the first down, I believe, to about the 32 or 31-yard line. First down, no doubt about it.
Notre Dame has had trouble picking up the first downs this year. There's Greg Bell, 41 carries, 285 yards, having a good day. Watch the line fire out. Sweeney goes to the outside. Bell finds the opening, cuts inside with good leg drive, picks up the first down.
Brooks in at the fullback now, and again they shift to a slot right. Bell the tailback, and the Florida State Seminole jumps offside. No flag. He got back in time. Bell with the ball, and he is brought down at about the 9-yard line by the top tackler on this Florida State team, Ken Rowe. 53 tackles in 4 games.
Well, the man that jumped off was the nose guard, James Gilbert. He's 6 feet, weighs 260 pounds. He's built like a fire plug, but he has great quickness. He jumped over and got back before the ball was snapped. There you see him, 51.
Bernie Adell into the ball game now. Sweeney the fullback. Adell was a doubtful starter. They shift into the I. Hunter going wide left. Bushka wide right. Cagle back to pass. Has his man Adell open to the flat, and he gets inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line before Scott McLean knocked him out of bounds.
It was kind of a delayed screen. Adell faking it pretty well, but Phil Pazderi couldn't hold his block. The Irish have passed 27% of the time has had the ball this year.
So a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down, 5 yards to go. The Irish set up in that full house backfield. They'll shift out of it. Adell going as the I-back. The slot back Hunter to the right. Mark Brooks the fullback. Cagle takes an end around, throws. It is batted down by the cornerback James Harris from Gainesville, Florida, one of the co-captains. And there's no gain.
You watch the fake to Hunter coming around there. Cagle hides the ball, but Jim Harris, the cornerback, was very alert, tipped it up, and almost had an interception.
So 4th down, 5 yards to go. Ball resting on the 26-yard line, and Oliver is in to attempt the field goal attempt. It is up. It has distance. It hits the top of the goalpost and goes the right side. Oh, brother, that could have gone either way when it hit the top of the post, and the Irish are on top by a score of 3-0.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Harry. Lauren.
So, with 11:02 left in the first quarter, Notre Dame will be kicking off to Florida State with the score, Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. 3-0, Notre Dame out in front. Steve Sitchie ready to kick off for the Irish. Now Gary Burke will kick off. Sitchie has been doing the kicking off in the last couple of ball games.
Well, Faust said one of the keys is to get out offensively. If we score early, we get momentum, and they've done that.
Williams, Whiting, and Holiday are back. And Williams has it at the 9, across the 10, the 15, the 25 to about the 27-yard line before he is brought down by Dwayne Spillmaker and Rick Naylor for the Irish. On that field goal, George Oliver had not had a lot of success earlier this year, but he's hit 3 in a row, 2 at Michigan State last week and now this afternoon.
There's the Florida State offensive back, Stockstill at quarter, Whiting and Williams, split end, Williams and McKinnon at the flanker. Offensive line, Mowat, Ryan, Render, McCormick, Brannon, and Voldepetti.
Whiting and Williams, the slot backs, actually the setbacks, they are not slotted out. 2 wide receivers. Stockstill going back to pass in the first play, and he hits his man, but he is hit immediately by Stacy Torin. Ricky Williams had that ball shaken loose.
There's a defensive line, Autry, Marshall, Grampy, and Griffin. The linebackers, Naylor, Crable, and Zavagnin. The backs, Torin, Brown, Dewerson, and Johnson. And the Seminoles coming out throwing earlier in the game. And Rick Stockstill has completed almost 60% of his passes this year.
He's 25 for 41 a week ago, 299 yards against Ohio State. He drops straight back to pass again. A good rush put on, and it is incomplete as Sam Childers, who just came in the ball game,
Notre Dame
hand on it.
Notre Dame showing blitz there. Notre Dame scoring drive, 9 plays, 33 yards, a 43-yard field goal. But Crable blitzing, watch him. There you see him, 43, comes in free. He makes Stockstill throw a little earlier. He's looking for Childers. Incomplete. Good rush on the passer.
All right, 3rd down, 10 yards to go on the 28. Florida State has passed in the first 2 plays. They're going to do it again. Stockstill back, pressured, throws. It is complete at the 34-yard line to Dennis McKinnon, and he was dropped by Chris Brown, but it's not enough for the first down. Jim Marshall also on the play, and McKinnon, who had a great game last week against Ohio State, catches the first ball thrown to him.
Well, Florida State's got a great punter, Ron Stark, averaging 44.8 yards. He's a left-footed kicker, and the Notre Dame receivers, Dewerson back there, has to be aware that the ball will be spinning a little bit different coming off that left foot.
Stark gets it away, and it is a good one. Dewerson back around the 17, has it, and is tripped up immediately and brought down by Ron Hester. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball on the Florida State 45-yard line. 8:22 left to be played. Notre Dame out in front, 3-0. A slot right, I formation. Whiting and Williams in the I. McKinnon in motion. Dropping back to pass. Stockstill slips but gets it away. It is complete to Phil Williams, the wide receiver in Notre Dame territory, down at the 36-yard line. Rod Bone on the tackle.
Good play action here by Stockstill. Makes a good fake. Notre Dame lineman held up by the fake of the run. Don't get a good rush on. And it's caught by Phil Williams, his first of the year, for 19 yards.
So Tony Johnson is in at the wide receiver spot, bringing a play in from the Florida State bench. He goes in motion to the right, and the pitch to the fullback, Ricky Williams, coming actually from a tailback spot, and he is nailed by Bob Crable, All-American linebacker.
He was in there, and John Autry. Let's watch it unfold here. The end, Autry strung the play out. He's down on the bottom, and then Crable and Zavagnin.
So it'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. No gain on the play. The ball at the 36-yard line. McKinnon split out to the left side. Whiting and Williams in the I. Stockstill dropping straight back. Throws downfield. It is complete to Ricky Williams inside the 30, down to about the 27 before Mark Zavagnin got him out of Evergreen Park, St. Rita High School in Chicago.
Well, Stockstill likes to throw it to his backs out of the backfield. Whiting, the fullback, caught 9 last week. There, Ricky Williams delayed. The linebackers took their drop. He's coming under the coverage, short of a first down.
So Florida State, 3rd down, 2 yards to go. The ball on the Notre Dame 28-yard line. Stockstill with the pitch to Ricky Williams. Jumps over a man and gets the first down as he moves inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Tim Marshall and Mark Savagnin on the tackle. Marshall also a Chicago boy from Weber High School.
There's Williams' stats, 117 yards and 35 carries. But Mike Whiting, the fullback, 27, threw a crushing block there to open that hole for Ricky Williams.
So Florida State not doing well on their first drive. Certainly have improved it here. Whiting and Williams in the eye. Stockstill dropping straight back, looking downfield, has his wide receiver open momentarily, but then he cut back. Pat Williams, Stacy Torrin over there with him. He cut straight down, George, and was open, then he came back on him.
Well, he ran out of room there in the corner of the end zone. The ball was overthrown just a little bit.
So it'll be second down, 10 yards to go.
Notre Dame defensive lineman being held up by that good fake of the play action. Now with second and 10, they've got to ignore the fake of the play action. If Stockstill does it, get rid of their man and get in there for the rush as we look at head coach Jerry Faust.
Stockstill from Fernandina Beach, Florida, drops straight back to pass. He is hit, but he gets it away. And Sam Childers got smoked by Dewerson.
Dave Dewerson and Bob Crable blitzing. Stockstill trying to get set up, and watch from the right corner of your screen. Dewerson hits him, and the ball falls dead, intended for Childers.
So two straight incomplete passes sets up a 3rd and 10 situation. McKinnon going right. Williams split out to the left. Stockstill back to pass. Throws one over the middle, but it is batted down. Mark Savagnin batted that ball down, and it is intercepted. Actually, Gramsci got a hand on it into the hands of Savagnin and the Irish. And that's what you were talking about, George, putting pressure on.
Right.
So with 6 minutes left to be played in the first quarter, Notre Dame has the ball on their own 27-yard line with the score Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left to be played in the first period. The ball on the Notre Dame 27-yard line. Second down, 10 to go for the Irish. Leading 3-0. Mark Brooks, the fullback. Bushka out right. Cagle gives to Brooks. Across the 35, down to about the 40 before Tommy Young brings it down. So the Irish pick up a first down, a gain of about 12 on the play.
Good running here behind Tom Thayer, the offensive left tackle, and Larry Kistner, the guard. Notice the way he covers the ball. Mark Brooks, a freshman from Boulder High in Cincinnati, 12-yard gain.
First down on the Notre Dame 39-yard line. Sweeney and Bell in the backfield. Hunter out right, Bushka out left. Cagle flips to Bell. Gets around the left side, is hit, but falls forward another 2 or 3 yards. Jarvis Coursey on the tackle as the ball is near midfield, a gain of almost 10 yards. We'll wait to see what the officials spotted.
Notre Dame has now gained 44 yards rushing, and that's 6 more than Florida State gave up last week against Ohio State. There's the Fighting Irish tailbacks, Carter and Smith, responsible for 47% of the rushing offense.
Irish in a tight T formation. They shift out of it. Mark Brooks, the fullback. Greg Bell. And Florida State goes off, but they come back. The flag is down, however. Bell with the ball fights his way down to the 45 to about the 44-yard line before Ken Rowe, the top tackler on this club with 53 in 4 games, brings him down. So the Irish will discuss the penalty.
James Gilbert, the nose guard, has been jumping off. He's trying to anticipate the count. This time he did not get back. Tim Cagle.
Declined. 7-yard gain opposed to a 5-yard penalty. It would have been a first down either way.
Notre Dame playing with much more intensity, Lauren, than they have all year. And I think that first score, getting 3 points on the board, has a lot to do with it.
John Sweeney into the ball game now. He and Mark Brooks have been rotating as they did last week in the Michigan State game. 1st and 10. The ball on the Florida State 44-yard line. 61 degrees here at game time. Sweeney and Bell in the backfield. Hunter out right, Bushka out left. Cagle gives off to Sweeney. Sweeney up the middle, down inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Before Eric Riley, a sophomore from Fort Myers, Florida, brings him down, and it'll be another Notre Dame first down.
Watch that offensive line fire out behind Mark Fisher, the center. Good running by Sweeney there. Jumps over a would-be tackler. Sweeney not with good speed, but he got a good quick start that time.
Oh, it's just 3-0, George. This is the best the Irish have looked offensively since the LSU game, and that was the opening game. The Irish shift into an I. Brooks the fullback, Bell the tailback. And a give to Bell. Bell straight up the middle, down to about the 30 to 29-yard line before Dave Ponder, Cairo, Georgia, brings him down. Florida State has had a good record of late. They have won 24 of their last 28 ball games. Now John Mosley coming in for Hunter. Mosley out of Omaha, Nebraska, seeing action for the first time today. And they shift into the I. Sweeney and Bell. Slot back Mosley. And a give to Mosley, trying to sweep the left side, and he'll only get about a yard as he is brought down by Tommy Young, 6'1", 205-pound junior linebacker out of Lake City, Florida.
From behind the defense, you'll see the fake up the middle to Sweeney and to Bell. And Mosley coming around, but Scott McLean, number 60, the defensive right end, anticipated the play, slowed him down for a short gain.
We've got a few times here today for both sides where the fella's brought in a call and he's gotten the ball, either on a handoff or a pass. Irish split their ends, and a give to Mosley, and he is down to about the 26 before he's brought down by Tommy Young again. So it is a 4th and 5 situation with the ball on the 27-yard line, and the Irish want a timeout. So with 2:10 left in the first quarter, the Irish will have the ball on the Florida State 27, 4th down with the score, Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. Notre Dame with the ball on the Florida State 27-yard line. 4th and 5 to go with 2:10 left to be played here in the first period.
Notre Dame is going for it.
3-0, and they're going to go for it. They shift into the I. Sweeney the fullback, Bell the tailback. Hunter back in the ballgame. Cagle back to pass, a good rush, and he is dropped. Florida State jumping up and down on the far side, thinking that he grounded the ball. Pat Milligan and Jevis Corsi nailed him.
Well, that's the Florida State defense. They send everybody in. There you see, watch him come from the corner there. And he was blitzed and hit hard.
The Florida bench, a happy one. Though they wanted the grounding call, they did not get it. And Florida State takes over 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line. Whiting and Williams in the I. And going in motion is Ricky Williams. Stop still, back to pass. Looking downfield, it's complete to Zeke Mowat, a 6'2", 6'4", a little bigger than 6'2", 235-pounder before Rick Naylor, strong side linebacker, brought him down. It'll be a gain of 8.
Stockstill takes a pretty good drop. They like this delay action. There's the tight end catching it. His 5th catch of the day. He's a big one. Takes 3 of them to bring him down.
It's interesting. They have not thrown to Whiting yet. Bobby Bowden did a great job at Florida State. Big victory last week against Ohio State. And a give up the middle to Whiting, and he is brought down after a gain of about a yard. Irish getting up off the field. Tim Marshall along with Kevin Griffith
Whiting had a big day last week. 90 yards rushing in 15 attempts, and he caught 9 passes for 74 yards. Stockstill is 4 for 9 on the day, 42 yards, and 1 interception.
Whiting, 164 yards gain in total last week. Reminds me of some of your former Bear fullback teammates. They get that on the ground alone. Stockstill fakes a pitch, throws downfield. It is incomplete, intended for Sam Childers, a senior out of Tallahassee.
Yeah, Childers is a favorite receiver of his, and a good fake, and he was wide open, but he threw the ball a little bit too hard.
So it was a 4th and 1, 3rd and 1 situation. Now 4th and 1. And Duerson going back. And Ron Stark will punt. 48-yarder. The longest he's punted this year, 52 yards at Nebraska. Good hang time. This is what they've been working on with him. Duerson gets it at the 10 and gets up to about the 13 or 14-yard line before Larry Harris brought him down. They felt that he was out punting his coverage, so they've been working with him to...
He was kicking the ball so far, so they worked on kicking it higher. He's also All-American in 2 sports, the track star, placed 8th in the NCAA decathlon. Do you think that ball will ever come down? Gives the coverage team plenty of time to get down.
So Notre Dame with the ball on their own 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's a give to the fullback, Sweeney, over right guard, and he gets up to about the 18-yard line. So a gain of about 5 on the play before he is brought down by Jarvis Corsi. He's been in on a few tackles here this afternoon.
Certainly has 6'4", 220. He has good range. He's the defensive left end, number 64.
The gain was 4. And that is the end of the first quarter. The end of the first quarter from Notre Dame, Indiana, with the score Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. First and 10. The ball on the Notre Dame 14-yard line. 13:01 to go in the second period. The Irish out on top, 3-0.
Notre Dame has not had good position. 1st and 10 on the 20, 1st and 10 on the 13. Now they're back on about the 14.
Brooks and Bell in the backfield. Hunter slotted right, and a give to Bell. And he goes up the middle to about the 15-yard line. They are relying a lot on Bell this afternoon.
Well, he's had a hip pointer, and I believe he's slowing down a little bit. He was injured coming into the game. It was questionable whether he would play. He's been hit hard, and I believe it might be about time to get Bell out of there and get a fresh man in.
So Mark Brooks is out of the game and Larry Moriarty in.
Jerry Faust said the Michigan State game turned things around, and they feel they're going in the right direction.
So the Irish with the ball, 2nd and 8. On their own 16-yard line, leading 3-0. And a give to Moriarty over right guard. He fights his way to about the 20-yard line before Eric Riley and Tommy Young bring him down. About 3-4 yards short of the first down. It in fact will be 3rd down, 4 yards to go. Brooks back in with a play from Jerry Faust and the Irish bench. Mark Fisher up over the ball. Back to pass. Cagle, he is rushed. He drops the ball, a scramble for it, and we'll have to wait and see. It looked like a Notre Dame player jumped on that ball. Greg Bell recovered.
Well, Tim Cagle on a play action. He really gets busted here by number 54, Tommy Young. The ball is rolling free. There, a Notre Dame player kicks it, but Bell is there, along with Kister.
Keel will punt. Cedric Jones back at the Florida State 45-yard line. Good rush put on by the Seminoles. Jones getting that ball at the 44 up to about the 47 where he is ridden down by Shields along with Rod Booth. With 10:54 left in the second quarter, Florida State will have the ball on their own 48-yard line with the score Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. Up to the line of scrimmage, an I formation. They split their right end, wide receiver left, and that is McKinnon. Stockstill back to pass, looking downfield, throws to McKinnon. It is complete at the 45, and he was driven back by Chris Brown, knocked out of bounds, so the ball will be spotted on the 47-yard line.
Good coverage on this play by Brown, but it's a timing pass. Now McKinnon has already made his cut. And Stockstill hits him right on the money. Nothing that Brown could do about that. McKinnon, 17 catches, 238 yards.
Well, fortunately for Chris Brown, he pushed him back a couple of yards when he went out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have been a 7-yard gain, as it is a 5-yard gain. And the give to Whiting, the fullback, only the second time he's carried the ball today, and he gets nowhere, possibly a yard or two, before a host of Irish tacklers bring him down, led by Rick Naylor.
Notre Dame much more aggressive on that defensive line today, and that's Florida State's fourth running play of the day, and they haven't gained much yardage at all. They've been resorting to the pass.
Be sure to join us in 2 weeks on the Metro Sports Television Network when rival Southern California visits the Fighting Irish.
Notre Dame is not looking ahead because they got their hands full here today.
And fortunately, they'll get the week off, try to help out on the injuries. And the ball batted down by number 38, John Autry.
Autry sensed it was a little screen out there, and Autry rushing couldn't get behind his, get around his blocker. Watch the corner of your screen here. Watch Autry come in here, there, and he just tips the ball. It was intended for the fullback, Mike Whiting.
Well, Stark, who had punted 52 yards over at Nebraska a couple of weeks ago, has already boomed one here today, 54 yards. And he's going to keep across the 50, down to the 40. And he is hit at the 36-yard line. And bringing him down was Chris Brown. Well, they crossed up Ohio State last week with a fake field goal they ran in for a touchdown. Now they faked the punt.
And Ron Stark, he's a decathlon man. He can run, he can high jump, he can vault. Good call by the Florida State coaching staff, and he makes the first down. A surprise run from punt formation.
So Florida State will have the ball on their Irish 35-yard line, 1st and 10. 9:55 to be played here in the second period. They line up in an I. Whiting and Williams. They have not thrown to Whiting yet today. They did that a lot against Ohio State. Here's a long pass downfield, and it is going to be intercepted by Chris Brown inside the 10. The intended receiver slipped.
That was Tony Jackson was down there, and he slipped. Well, we'll watch Stockstill. Chris Brown, kind of the goat in the Purdue game. But boy, today, watch the player be down. That's Tony Jackson falls. Chris Brown makes a great interception for Notre Dame.
And Blair Keel comes in to quarterback the Irish for the first time this afternoon. Ball on the 9, Sweeney and Bell in the backfield. Shifting into the I, Hunter is slotted right. 3-0, Notre Dame out in front. And a give to Bell, and Bell up across the 10 to about the 13-yard line before Alfonso Carricker and James Gilbert bring him down. Well, that last pass interception, George, I thought the line did a good job blocking. Stockstill had plenty of time.
Still had plenty of time. His receiver fell down, and Chris Brown, only a sophomore, did a good job of intercepting.
So 2nd down, 6 to go. The ball on the 13-yard line. Bell shifting into the I. Hunter slotted left. Keel again gives to Bell. Bell's running room across the 20 to about the 24. Eric Riley on the far side brought him down.
Let's watch that line open up the holes. The right side, Mike Schreiner, Phil Presteric. Good block by the fullback, Moriarty. Grell making a good cut to the outside, 52 yards, 13 carries. Picking up where he left off last week.
So Notre Dame, 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. 8:50 left to be played in the second period. Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. As they shift into the eye again. Keel in his first series. Flips the bell, trying to sweep the right side, and he gets across the 25 to about the 30 before James Gilbert runs him out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Bell running hard, and evidently that slight hip pointer isn't bothering him. You can see the heavy hip pads that he has on there protecting. But with Blair Keel in at quarterback, Lauren, Notre Dame offense has another added threat because Keel, unlike Cagle, is a pretty good runner in his own right.
So Notre Dame up to the line of scrimmage, their own 29-yard line. 2nd down, 5 to go. Push to left, Hunter goes right. Moriarty into the ballgame at fullback. And a give to Moriarty, and he's across the 30 down to about the 33, very close to a first down. Young on the tackle along with Corsi, linebacker and the defensive end. Take a look at the Florida State bench. Bobby Bowden
has a record of 47 wins, 15 losses at Florida State. He's turned that program around. Took them to the Orange Bowl the last 2 years, only to lose to Oklahoma 18-17 both years.
They were 2-18 the 2 years prior to his arrival at Tallahassee. Keel gives off to Hunter, trying to go the right side. He is going to be stopped. Ken Rowe, the initial stop. Eric Riley coming up to help him out, along with James Harris. The wide safety. Cornerback came up to help, and Notre Dame will be forced to punt.
Florida State defense will get set in one position, then they'll move about 3 or 4 men to try and cross up the blocking.
They have 10 men up in the line. Now 2 of them drop off. Snapping the punt, Kevin Kelly, son of linebacker coach George Kelly, and getting it deep is Keel. Jones has it at the 24-yard line. Comes across to the 30, tripped up, and brought down on the far side of the field. Looked like Dewerson slowed him up a little bit. So with 7:05 left in the second quarter, Florida State has the ball on their own 34-yard line with the score Notre Dame 3, Florida State nothing. Florida State up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 on their own 34, trailing 3-0, and the give to Mike Whiting, the fullback. Went side, comes back upfield. Good running room across the 50 down to about the 44-yard line before Dewerson and Brown bring him down. He went to the far side and then cut back and had plenty of room.
That was a takeoff of the old Statue of Liberty play. There you see him coming around. Mike Whiting, 6'1", 210 yards. There he slips the tackle on Crable, although Crable's partially blocked. And Dewerson makes the saving tackle after Brown takes a shot up. A 21-yard overall gain.
And his average was 3.5 yards a carry. Here's a give to Ricky Williams, and he is hit hard by Bob Crable at the 45-yard line. So it'll be a loss. Well, they're going to spot it right at the line of scrimmage at the 44.
Bobby Crable, one of the tri-captains of Notre Dame, a little bit mad after getting a piece of that last tackle. And watch Crable hit him. He's the second all-time leading career tackler and will probably break Bob Golick's Irish record. Stockstill now 5 for 16 for only 47 yards.
Florida State, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Stockstill back to pass. Throws downfield. It is complete to Williams at the 35-yard line, and Chris Brown, who's done a yeoman job defensively here this afternoon, brings him down.
He's filling in for the injured John Krim, and Krim was on the sidelines. His leg still in part of a cast, and it's doubtful whether he'll be back for the USC game or even later in the season.
Sam Childers coming on for Zeke Mowat. Last time he did that, they threw to him. He is split out left. Johnson split right. And a give up the middle to Whiting, and he is brought down by Dewerson as he picks up the Florida State first down at about the 22-yard line.
Mike Whiting, a all-purpose back. Florida State line taking big splits. Watch the cutback there. Good blocking on Crable. They got him down, and Mike Whiting goes for a good gain for the first down.
So Florida State knocking on the door. And a give to Ricky Williams, and Williams is down to about the 11-yard line. Joe Johnson, the free safety, bringing him down.
Florida State running with abandon here. Ricky Williams slips a tackle there, and he's tripped up. Another first down.
So 1st and 10 on the 12. Childers back in with a play from the Florida State bench.
Childers more of a pass receiver than a blocking tight end, so we might look for a pass.
And the give to Whiting, the fullback. He's down to about the 10-yard line before he is tripped up. Joe Gramke, John Autry in on the tackle. So it'll be a gain of 3. The ball just inside the 10. 2nd down, 7 yards to go.
Stockstill, not too good a runner in his own right. He uses a lot of play action, but I don't think Notre Dame has to fear him rolling out because he's lost 111 yards this year, mostly on sacks.
Clock winding down. 4:08 left to be played here in the second period. I formation. Stockstill back to pass. Looking in the end zone. Throws. It is incomplete. Intended for Tony Johnson. Dave Dewerson there to break it up.
Well, really, I think it was going to go to Phil Williams, and Tony Johnson comes right in front of him. They had 2 crossing players, if you can see them both there. One way and one the other way, and Dave Dewerson breaking it up.
So it's 3rd down, 7 yards to go on the 9. Florida State out of the huddle. Johnson outright. Stockstill back to pass again. Throws in the flat, hits his fullback Whiting, and he is down at about the 7-yard line. Mark Zavagnin bringing him down. That's the first time today they've thrown to their fullback.
That's right. Good play action. There's Marshall trying to get in there. He's got plenty of time. It's a screen. Crable gets by 2 blockers, and Stacy Torn makes a head-on tackle.
Mike Larkin coming in as linebacker now. Zavagnin out. And they're going to try a field goal. He's
3 of 4 on the year.
And the kick is up. And it is good. So with 3:16 left to be played in the first half, Florida State will be kicking off to Notre Dame with the score, Notre Dame 3, Florida State 3.
The major indoor.
Florida State will kick off after the ball going out of bounds, penalized 5 yards, so they'll kick from the 35-yard line. Chris Stone is back, along with Joe Howard and Dave Dewerson. 3-3, tied up with 3:16 to go. Irish disappointed it's tied up, but they had a fine goal line stand down there. And the kick coming down and grabbed by Howard. Howard across the 20, 25, and he is brought down at about the 28-yard line. Kim Mark brought him down, also helping out Mark Rodegrue.
This is the best field position Notre Dame has had in recent series. They had it on the 20, the 13, the 14, the 9, and now they're up to the 28.
So the Irish coming up to the line of scrimmage. Blair Keel running the attack for the 2nd straight series. Mosley in the backfield along with Brooks and Bell. Keel back to pass, looking downfield for Bushka. Doesn't have him, so he runs it himself across the 30 to about the 35-yard line before he is run out of bounds by Jarvis Coursey, senior out of Gray, Georgia.
And I'll tell you, Mike Bushka put on a crackback block on a Florida State player, and that's that extra dimension I was telling you that Keel has. He's a better runner. Everybody covered. There's Bell. He gets to the outside. He gets outside of Scott McLean. See if you can watch this block right here. Bang.
That was Pat Milligan. I believe that is Milligan who is down. Boy, that went a little help, and he's walking off under his own power. So it'll be second down, 4 yards to go. The ball resting on the 34-yard line.
What a schedule Florida State has. They play Nebraska, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Pittsburgh, LSU, and Florida. 6 away games, and what tough ones.
And 5 in a row, which Bobby Bowden calls the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Here's a give to the fullback up the middle, Mark Brooks, and he's across the 40. And will pick up the first down. James Gilbert brought him down. And the ball on the 40-yard line.
Lauren, you can tell when the offensive line is doing their job. You see them down about 5 yards. Now watch them fire out. Just watch the line. See them coming out, driving ahead. There's Derek coming around from the right tackle. Good blocking up front.
Sweeney and Bell in the I formation. Bushka out left. Keel going back to pass, looking for Bushka, and he throws it too far. All right, the Irish with the ball, 2nd and 10 on their own 40. All tied up 3-3 here in the second half. Late in the second period, and Bell is brought down. He fumbled, but I believe the official, in fact, he has ruled that he was down. 7-yard gain before Harvey Clayton brought him down.
Greg Bell, a real workhorse today. There you see the lineman blocking out. Bell picking his hold. 24, Harvey Clayton. Thinks he has a fumble, but his knee hit the ground. The ball was dead.
Ernie Adell back into the ball game along with Mark Brooks. Bell is out. And they shift out of the tee. Hunter slotted right. Blair Keel running the attack, dropping back to pass. And he is pressured but gets away across the 45 down to about the 50-yard line. Jarvis Corsi forcing him out of bounds on the far side along with Harvey Clayton.
And Blair Keel knew where that yardstick was, and watch him drive ahead. I don't think this was run all the way, but everything was covered. He got to the outside. And watch him put his head down and go for those yardsticks. And he was a little short. It's 4th down.
Oh, it's 4th and a yard, and the Irish will punt. Blair Keel will punt. Cedric Jones is back, standing on his own 10-yard line. Time running out here in the first half. 1:11 left to be played. Good punt downfield. Jones has it at about the 7, going towards the sidelines, and he is wrestled down at the 9-yard line. Well, after the Notre Dame march, Florida State could not muster only offense, and so that's the end of the first half. With the score, Notre Dame 3, Florida State 3. Well, thank you, George. We're all set to go with the start of the second half in a good football game. The Irish 3 and the Seminoles 3.
They're the first half stats. Florida State 8 first down, Notre Dame 7 rushing. Notre Dame 133, FSU 100, but they got most of them right at the end of the half. Notre Dame only 2 for 7, while the Seminoles 7 for 20, but 2 interceptions, only 57 yards, and it's tied here at halftime 3-3.
All right, Gary Perk will kick off. Ricky Williams is deep. Williams standing on the 5, hauls it in at about the 3. Angles off to the left side and is brought down at about the 23 or 24-yard line by Dan Spillmaker and John Autry. So Florida State will take over 1st and 10 with the ball on their own 24-yard line.
There's the Florida State offense. Stockstill at quarterback, Whiting at full, Williams at tailback, split end Williams, and the flanker McKinnon. Offensive line, Mowat at tight end, Ryan, Render, McCormick, Bannon, and Volzapepe.
And Stockstill back to pass in the first play. A good rush. Intercepted by the Irish. Coming down is Mark Zavagnin, and he gets down to about the 7-yard line. Zavagnin intercepting that ball, but there was great pressure put on Stockstill.
Great pressure by Tim Marshall, the sophomore of Chicago. Watch him, number 77, sheds a blocker here, and he goes in and he really wraps Stockstill. That caused the ball to be thrown short. Mark Zavagnin, 2 Chicago boys. Zavagnin from Chicago St. Rita. Marshall from Chicago. Weber, 27-yard interception return.
Sweeney, the fullback, Bell, the tailback, Keel at quarterback here on this first drive in the second half. A give to Bell, and he slants out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. You know, on that interception, it was interesting that Williams just came right through, and he let his man go. They sent, I think, too many receivers out and don't do that much blocking.
Here's the pitch out to Bell. What a workhorse he was in the first half. 72 yards on 16 carries, and he slides out for about a yard gain.
Keel at quarterback. Mark Brooks is the fullback now. Hunter flanks out right. Bell goes into an I. Both ends are tight. Keel dropping straight back to pass, looking for Hunter. He throws incomplete. Hunter was wide open at the back of the end zone. Well, the intended receiver was Hunter. Buchanan was standing back in the end zone, wide open.
Wide open, but sometimes when you're rolling out, you're a quarterback. You don't have time to look over the field. You're trying to spot the open man, and he just couldn't see Buchanan in the end zone.
Eric Riley helping to break that up as Sweeney comes in with a play from the Irish bench. All tied up at 3. Irish trying to break it here. 3rd down. And goal at the 6-yard line. Sweeney and Bell in the I. Bushka out right. Hunter slotted right. Keel sweeps around the naked side, stops, and he is going to be brought down at about the 6. Hardly a gain. It looked for a moment that he was going to make it. Scott McLean on the tackle, along with Tommy Young, and great pressure put on that time. Only one man prevented him from getting in for the score.
Well, they tried a little trickery there. Faked the handoff to Hunter coming around from the wingback. But good defense by Florida State, and now we're set up for another field goal try by Harry Oliver.
All right, Cagle will hold. 23-yard attempt. It is up. It is good. So with 13:48 left to be played in the 3rd quarter, Notre Dame will be kicking off to Florida State with the score, Notre Dame 6, Florida State 3. Williams comes out right. Tony Johnson, the slot back, an I formation. Mowat, the tight end, and a give to the fullback, Whiting. He goes up the middle for a gain of about 3 yards before Mark Zavagnin brought him down.
Penalties, Notre Dame 3 for 25 yards, Florida State 2 for 17 yards. As Mike Larkin checks in as linebacker and Zavagnin goes out.
Florida State, 2nd and 8 on the 46. A give to Williams. Across left guard, across the 35 to 30 to 45 to 20, down to about the 13-yard line before Chris Brown tripped him up and prevented a Florida State touchdown. A big hole on that left side and some fancy running by Ricky Williams.
Notre Dame linebackers coming up, getting blocked in the line of scrimmage. There you see Gramke overruns it. Good block on Crable. He overshot it. Ricky Williams running well with power. Finally gets hit by Brown. Williams 82 yards, 8 carries.
So 1st and 10 on the Irish 12. Florida State with the ball. A man in motion, and it hit one of the running backs and fumbled, and Stockstill gets it back on the 20-yard line.
Notre Dame was lucky there, shifting their defense. There's the fumble, and Stockstill covers it well.
That went off the hands of Ricky Williams. So a loss on the play of 8 yards makes it 2nd and 18 on the 20-yard line. Just into the third quarter, Notre Dame out in front by a score of 6-3. And a give to Williams across left guard inside the 20 down to about the 17 before Joe Gramke brought him down. Gramke out of Cincinnati. No, he did not go to Moeller. Went to Elder High School. 15 tackles coming into this game, and Mark Zavagman helping him out. So it'll be a gain of 3, 3rd and 15 with the ball in the 17. Another play coming in from the Florida State bench. Tony Johnson splitting out to the right side. Williams and Whiting in the backfield. Stockstill drops straight back to pass. Throws across the middle, wide open, and into the end zone goes Whiting for a touchdown. Mike Whiting scoring the first touchdown of the afternoon.
Mike Whiting on a delay pattern. He's in the slot over on the left of your screen, and he delays, let the linebacker clear it out, and Whiting takes a good pass and slips by Duerson into the end zone for a TD.
So the extra point will be attempted. Rendina puts it through. So with 11:01 left to be played in the third quarter, Florida State will be kicking off to Notre Dame with the score, Florida State 10, Notre Dame 6. Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 31. Stockstill gives off to Williams this time. Cuts upfield on the near far side, and he is going to be brought down at about the 38-yard line by Rod Bone. Greg Allen coming on, and we have a flag down.
There's Greg Allen, a real speedster, gets to the outside here. Slips some tackles, and watch this good running there. Roddy Bone riding him piggyback, and we'll see what the call is.
Against Notre Dame, and it's a big one, a 15-yarder. And Florida State will have the ball on the 24-yard line. And Allen, who just ran that ball, off on the side. Florida State driving. They lead by 4, 10-3, 10-6 rather. Stockstill gives off to Whiting, the fullback, and he goes straight up the middle to about the 20-yard line. Mark Zavagman bringing them down after a gain of 4. Ball resting right on the 20.
Notre Dame been covering the running plays of the fullback pretty well, but they're in trouble with that halfback, with the fullback leading in front of them.
8:20 left to be played here in the third period. Joe Johnson. Rather, Mike Whiting back in. Stockstill back to pass. Hits Whiting at the 25, the 20 down to the 10. Inside the 5. Touchdown, but a flag is down. A flag was dropped at about the 5-yard line, so let's wait a moment.
Very well executed screen pass. Watch 27 Whiting. He lets the end get by him. Griffith. Watch the line form out in front of him. Let's see if we can see the clip here. There it is right there on Crable. Got him on the back of the legs, and the touchdown is called back.
And that is a break for the Irish as you look at Bobby Bowden, head coach of the Seminoles. So that will put the ball back to the 24-yard line. Bob Clasby, who missed the Michigan State and Purdue game, is out. Rather in for Tom Bach. So the Seminoles up to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 9 on the 23-yard line. Whiting and Williams in the backfield. And a gift to Williams. He goes up the middle to about the 20 before he is stopped by Zavagman. It'll be a third down situation and about 5 yards to go. A big break on that clip call, George.
That really was, but it was a definite clip, and sometimes you wonder how can a player knowingly do that, but they're really trying to get in front, and I think Crable got his legs turned around, and the official was right there and called it.
Savagnin out, Mike Larkin in defensively. Cedric Jones lined up as a tailback. He's got it. He throws right back to Stockstill. Has it down at the 10. Gets inside the 5 before he's run out of bounds. Tim Marshall made the stop on him. So Jones just coming into the ballgame.
There's the pitch out to Jones. He's thrown 4 times this year. They should have known about it. He's completed 2. This is his 3rd completion. The quarterback out of the backfield, Stockstill. That's a legal play in college, but illegal in the pros.
So Florida State first and goal on the Notre Dame 5-yard line. Jerry Faust wants a timeout. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left to be played in the 3rd period. Florida State with a first and goal in the Notre Dame 5, leading here by a score of 10-6. Seminoles up the line of scrimmage. Whiting and Williams in the I formation. And a flip to Williams, and Williams is inside the 5 down to about the 3. Tom Bach bringing him down.
It's good straight-ahead blocking here by the Seminoles. Spreading it out to the right. Bach comes in from behind. Crable once again gets blocked. I haven't seen Crable get blocked so well in all the years he's been at Notre Dame. Good blocking by Florida State.
Butch Holliday in the ball game. And a give to the fullback Whiting. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It looked for a moment he was going to slide off his tacklers, but the Irish got him. So there'll be no gain on the play.
Whiting, not a big man, 6'1", 210. He's trying to slip to the outside, but Stacy Torren comes up, puts the clamps on him. Big down here for the Irish on defense.
So Holliday goes out and Tony Johnson back in. Florida State picked up a yard on that play. 3rd and goal on the 1. Play indeed. And a give to Whiting. I believe he was stopped. Let's see who's getting up off that pile.
That's Griffiths and Zavagnin. Griffiths and Zavagnin in there. Griffiths coming in from the right side. Zavagnin over the top. And decision time for the Seminoles. Whether to go for it on 4th down or to go for the field goal. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
In this situation, you got to worry about that naked reverse to the far side of the field. 4th and goal. Man in motion. Stockstill. He was going to go around. A flag is down. A flag is down. He was going to sweep that right side. The flow was to the left. He was going to come around on that naked reverse. But coming in to break it up, well, the Irish was torn. The penalty is against Florida State, illegal procedure. So Florida State will not have to make any more decisions. They will bring Mike Rendina in and go for the field goal.
Really, the Irish got a bad break there, because if the play stood, it would have been the Irish's ball. Now they get a chance at the field goal.
Well, the ball will be placed on the 13. Rendina's kick is up, and a flag is down. The officials will talk about it.
I believe Notre Dame's left end was offside.
Offsides, the field goal is good. With 5:23 left to be played in the 3rd period, Florida State will kick off to Notre Dame with the score, Florida State 13, Notre Dame 6. Mike Rendina from Pompano Beach, Florida, originally from nearby Gary, Indiana, will kick off. Dewerson and Howard and Stone are deep for the Irish. Florida State on top here by a score of 13-6. Kick coming downfield. Dewerson has it in the end zone. He'll bring it out. And he will be stopped at about the 17-yard line. And Florida State's Kim Mack on the tackle. So the Irish have the ball resting between the 17 and the 18-yard line, trying to get some offense generated. They've been held to 2 field goals here in the first 2.5 quarters. Bushka going out left. Buchanan, or rather right, Buchanan left. Keel gives off to his fullback. A fumble. Florida State's got it. Pat Milligan fell on that fumble. John Sweeney had the handoff and fumbled, and Florida State's got it.
There's Sweeney coming up through the line here. The ball just pops loose. He didn't have a good hold on it. And Pat Milligan recovers for FSU, and there's Coach Faust turnovers. Florida State 3, Notre Dame 1. Florida State having 3 passes intercepted.
And one led to a Notre Dame field goal. Now the Irish cough up the ball. This is the 3rd time they fumbled, but the 1st time that Florida State has recovered. Notre Dame fumbled twice. Here's a give to Greg Allen, sweeping the left side, and he is going to be run out of bounds by Dewerson on the far side of the field. A gain down to about the 12-yard line. Correction, the 16-yard line. Ball resting between the 16 and the 17. 2nd down, 4 yards to go. Ricky Williams is in. Allen is out. Williams and Whiting. Straight back and a give to Whiting. And he is going to be stopped for a loss. Kevin Griffith, who had 11 tackles and 3 fumble recoveries coming into this game with some help from John Autry.
Autry playing a terrific game at defensive end. He's been stacking up that interference, and then Griffith came in and made the cleanup tackle. Notre Dame owns a 7-game home winning streak, and it's on the line here at Notre Dame Stadium.
So Greg Allen back in the ball game. Ricky Williams is out. 3rd and 6. Stockstill lobs one in the corner, and it is incomplete. Intended for Phil Williams. Chris Brown was with him defensively.
Chris Brown comes up limping. He's calling for a substitute. Made a good interception earlier in the game.
So Florida State will attempt their 3rd field goal try. Bumper Shiro. Now in the ball game for Florida State. Chris Brown is out. Rendina's field goal attempt is up, and it is no good. Off to the side. So that fumble does not hurt the Irish as things stand. So the Irish to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10, 3:11 to go. Trailing 13-6, and a give to John Mosley. And Mosley up the middle to about the 25 before Scott McLean brings him down, and the Irish have another 1st down.
John Mosley, the sophomore, running behind the blocking of Mike Shiner. Watch him get in there. Nice cut to the outside. Mosley played his football right here in Indiana at Culver Military Academy, and a nice long gainer for a 1st down.
Mosley is out. Larry Moriarty comes in at fullback. Both ends are tight. Bernie Adele is in the game. Keel back to pass, being rushed. Gets it away, and it's complete to Hunter, but he was out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd and 10 on the 27. Boy, this Irish offense really fired up after that missed field goal. They had their backs to the wall.
They certainly did, and this is the Fighting Irish team. Good block there on the nose tackle by Bernie Adele. James Gilbert came through, and he was rushing the passer. Once again, rolling to the left with a right-handed passer is a tough one to throw.
Brooks, Bell, and Hunter in the backfield. They go from the tee, and a give to Bell up the middle. He got inside the 25 to about the 24. Alfonso Carricker in on the tackle, and also helping out James Gilbert.
There's third down efficiency. Notre Dame 0%. Florida State 38.
The Irish came into today's game with a 36% proficiency on third down situations. 3rd and 7, the ball on the 24-yard line. 2 minutes left to be played here in the third period. Brooks at fullback, or rather correction, Sweeney now, and Mosley slots right. Bell the eye back. Keel drops straight back to pass, looks downfield, throws, he's got Bell at the 15, inside the 15 to about the 12, before Harvey Clayton, the quarterback, brings him down, an Irish first down.
There's Greg Bell, the tailback. Watch him delay, lets the area clear out. Watch this one-handed grab. Grabs it with one hand, tucks it away, and what a day the sophomore Greg Bell is having. 2 catches, 25 yards, and a bunch of yards rushing.
Mark Brooks, John Mosley, both back in the ball game. The Irish on the Florida State 12-yard line. A gift to Mosley, trying to sweep the right side. Gets inside the 10, the 5, and he is out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. John Mosley with another big play on this drive.
Certainly was. The Irish, it looks like Mosley is trapped here. Watch him. He's a good runner. There he's in the grass with number 60, Scott McLean. He makes some good cuts. Sweeney down there.
So the Irish have the ball. 1st and goal on the 1. Larry Moriarty in at the fullback slot along with Bell. He's at right half, Hunter at left half. Both ends are tight. And a give up the middle, and in the end zone goes Moriarty, but they're going to rule that his knee was down at about the half-yard line.
Just straight ahead blocking. Let's see if we can see where his knee hits. There, he was not over the goal line, but he squirmed his way after the official said it was down.
George, old-fashioned power football.
That's all you need. Line up, tell him where you're coming, and put it in there for 6.
Mosley, Moriarty, and Bell in the backfield. And a give to Mosley. He fumbled, but I believe he fell on it. So the Irish are no closer. They may even be a little further back.
Let's see if we can look at this handoff. Kind of a crossbuck type of play. Mosley doesn't get a handle on the ball, but recovers his own fumble, and that's the 3rd time the Irish have recovered their own fumbles.
Clock ticking away. 15 seconds left to be played in the 3rd period. They lost a half a yard on that play. 3rd and 1. Mosley and Brooks and Bell in the backfield. And Keel keeping. What are they going to rule? Irish are upset. Florida State's happy.
Blair Keel going on a quick count, trying to fool the Seminoles. Let's see what they rule.
The ball back at about the half-yard line, and the 3rd period comes to an end here at South Bend with the score: Florida State 13, Notre Dame 6. As you look at the world-famous Golden Dome on the administration building. Fourth and goal on the 1. Mosley, Moriarty, and Bell in the backfield. Mosley going wide left. Keel barking out the signals. Gives to Bell. He's in. Touchdown, Notre Dame. The Irish within a point.
Let's watch it. Going behind Moriarty, the pulling guard, Shiner, just gets the ball over. 6 points and a good touchdown for Greg Bell.
Well, the Irish will go for the extra point. We have the entire 4th period left, with the exception of 3 seconds, as Harry Oliver, with 8 for 9 in extra points this year, makes it 9 for 10. And the Irish, scoring their first touchdown of the day, have tied this ball game up. So the Irish have a 1st and 10 on the 15. Larry Kisner out of the ball game. game for Notre Dame at guard. Bushka, split right. Mosley in the slot. And a give to Larry Moriarty across the 20, the 25, the 30, and he's run out of bounds at about the 33-yard line by Eric Riley.
We're looking at it from the sidelines here. Watch Moriarty, not gifted with a lot of speed, very smartly shifts the ball. He's a junior from Santa Barbara, California. Got plenty of power. 26 yards, 3 carries. A very important yardage he's gained today.
And an 18-yard carry on that. Here's the gift to Mosley trying to sweep the right side, and he's not going to go anywhere, as he was knocked down by Scott McLean along with Ron Hester.
And Tommy Young, the linebacker, also got a piece of it.
10 minutes, 18 seconds to go. Clock ticking down, all tied up here at Notre Dame, Indiana, 13-13.
Neil Money in there at the offensive left guard position.
And we have a whistle and conceivably a delay of the game. Legal procedure against Notre Dame. So a 5-yard penalty will put the ball back to the 30-yard line.
That was Tom Thayer, the offensive left tackle. Evidently got confused on the count and drew the Seminoles offside.
So Moriarty going out of the ball game. Mark Brooks, the fullback, bringing into play from the Irish bench. Notre Dame, 2nd and 14 on the 30. Mosley, Udell, and Brooks. Keel back to pass. It is intercepted by Florida State, and down to the 30 goes James Harris, the co-captain from Gainesville. With 9:45 left to be played in the fourth quarter, Florida State has the ball on the Notre Dame 31-yard line with the score, Florida State 13, Notre Dame 13. Break for Florida State. They have the ball at the Irish 31. Whiting and Williams in the backfield. Williams, Phil, no relation to Ricky, split out to the left, and a give to Ricky Williams. Goes over the right side, inside the 30 before Tim Marshall brings him down at about the 28-yard line along with Bob Clasby. Autry also helping out at Florida State. The 2nd down and 7 situation. Greg Allen, the freshman, coming back in. Ricky Williams going out. Phil Williams split out to the left side. Tony Johnson to the right side. Allen and Whiting in the backfield. And they give to Allen. And Allen's going to be stopped by Crable. Crable hit him for a loss. Back to about the 30-yard line. And a big play by the Irish All-American linebacker.
Great play by Crable. You can see he trails the interference, comes in behind and makes the tackle. As we look at Sam Childers running in the play for Bobby Bowden.
So Allen going out. Sam Childers coming in. Whiting and Ricky Williams in the backfield. 3rd and 7 on the 29. Stockstill back to pass. Flips one on the side to Whiting. Whiting inside the 25 down to about the 20, and he will have a first down as Crable.
They have executed this half screen. There you see Whiting. He delays. Watch the lineman go out there. 63, Ricky Render. Eric Ryan out in front. And Mike Whiting can run. He strides over and dives for the first down yardage.
Crable missed the tackle, but he took him off balance enough that he was slowed down and stopped. 17 to 15 on first downs. Ricky Williams up the middle inside the 10, down to about the 4-yard line. Rod Boone and Stacy Torren bringing him down. Well, I'll tell you, he gets that line of scrimmage and he doesn't waste any time.
He hits it fast. 73, Barry Volta-Petty opening up a big hole. Ricky Williams bursting through there down to the 5-yard line.
Well, they put the ball at the 5. First and goal. Tony Johnson out. Butch Holliday split right. Phil Williams left. Stockstill back to pass. Throws out in the flats, and it's complete and in for a touchdown. Goes the fullback, Mike Whiting, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
Kind of that delay screen. There's Roddy Bone. Mike Whiting coming out of the backfield. Watch the linebackers and the rest of them overrun him. They go to the outside. He cuts into the inside for an apparently easy touchdown. Stockstill 10 for 25, 83 yards.
Rondino will attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is no good. And that would play a big fact in this ball game, as the extra point is no good. So Florida State, with 7:41 left to be played in the ball game, will be kicking off to the Irish with the score: Florida State 19, Notre Dame 13. 3:57 left to be played in the ball game. Notre Dame, 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line, trailing Florida State 19-13 with 3:57 to go. The Irish up to the line of scrimmage. Cagle, the quarterback. Moriarty, the fullback. In motion comes Mosley. Back to pass is Cagle. Throws downfield. It is caught and dropped by Mike Bushka inside Florida State territory at about the 47-yard line.
Bushka was on a collision course with number 19, Pat Milligan. They were coming from opposite angles. Bushka, usually sure-fingered, but he got hit pretty hard. Good throw by Cagle.
It stops the clock with 3:51 left to be played. 2nd down and 10. Irish on their own 39-yard line. 3:51 to be played in the ball game. In motion comes Mosley. Brooks and Bell behind Cagle. Drops back to pass. Pressured. Going to try to run out of the pocket, but he is not going to make it. As Alfonso Carricker brings him down. Carricker with a host of tackles here this afternoon.
Really having a good day. Carricker, number 76. Pretty good blocking here. Only 3 men out on the pattern. Good coverage by Florida State. Carricker tackling Cagle for a loss.
Big play for the Irish offense. 3rd and 12. Clock running down on the 37-yard line. Bushka split way right. High formation. Mosley the slot back. Cagle gives up the middle to Bell, and Bell is tripped up at the 44-yard line by Tommy Young. So the Irish with a 4th down situation and about 5 to go.
3rd and 12. Bell running up the middle. It was a good call, but it didn't get enough yardage. And with under 3 minutes, they're lining up in punt formation, but the punter, Keel, can also run and also throw from punt formation. Or they could even go to the short man.
And Florida State wants a timeout. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to be played. Florida State on top by 6, 19-13. The ball on the Notre Dame 44-yard line. It'll be 4th and 5. As you said, George, a good call on that draw, but there's not enough running room.
There's Blair Keel. He has run from punt formation. Last year at Arizona, went all the way for a touchdown.
With 2:40 left in the 4th quarter, Notre Dame has the ball on their own 44-yard line with the score, Florida State 19, Notre Dame 13, as you look at the sunset on the University of Notre Dame campus. While the Irish were going to punt, now they're going to go for it. 4th and 5 on their own 44. As things stand now, the biggest play of the ball game. Bell in motion, set on the right side now. Mosley along with Brooks. They shift, and it's a penalty, and that's what they had planned. They were going to shift into the eye, and Florida State went offside. And the officials are discussing it now. It'll be very close to a 1st down, and it is not. It's illegal procedure against Notre Dame.
I believe the reason it is that Keel has his hands under the center there. If he didn't have his hands out to receive the ball, then they can shift.
Legal procedure called against Notre Dame.
So the punting unit comes back on. The idea was good. The execution was not. So again, George, in that situation where Keel might run, he might throw. Let's see. 2:36 left to be played. Nobody back for Florida State. They're not anticipating a punt. But he will get it away. Irish downfield. Trying to down it. The ball will stop before they do at about the 12-yard line. So Florida State will take over.
Only 7 teams have emerged victorious in their first appearance at Notre Dame Stadium. The most recent ones in 72 it was Missouri and 79 Clemson.
And prior to that it was Southern Cal, Purdue, Texas, Iowa, and Michigan. So the Irish have a long way to go. 78 yards as a matter of fact.
And with no timeouts.
Blair Keel back in the ball game. Buchanan splitting right. Bell, the only man behind him. Mosley slotted left. Now he comes in motion. And a flip to Mosley. He throws a pass cross field to Keel, and he is nailed. Coming up to get him, Harvey Clayton. Well, Florida State tried it, and they were very successful. The Irish were not. So the Irish now with their backs to the wall. The ball at the 20. Clock ticking away. 30 seconds left to be played. Buchanan out right. Keel drops straight back the pass. Throws downfield. And it is off the hands of Bushka. And he would have been out of bounds at any rate had he hung on to it. So that stops the clock with 24 seconds left to be played. The executive producer of Notre Dame football is Leonard Klompus. Today's game has been directed by Charles Stopak and produced by Paul Carlson and Charles Stopak. Director of Operations, Marcia Cherner. Assistant producer, Martin Brooks. Statistician and research, Bill Marquardt. Assistant Director, Skip Desjardins and Hannah Storin. Production facilities by TPC Communications Incorporated. Cagle back in. Throwing long. It is intercepted by Florida State's Harvey Clayton down at the 38-yard line. So with 17 seconds to go.
Well, a desperation pass by Blair Keel. Threw it way up in the air. Of course, the Florida State defenders just laying back deep. Harvey Clayton making a fine interception.
Also want to thank our spotter, Tom Baldessari, here today. As the ball is at the 40, 17 seconds left. You know what Florida State's going to do. They're just going to fall on that ball. He did. So Florida State, coming off an upset at Ohio State, will have recorded 2 in a row here. Seconds ticking away. And this ball game is over. With the final score, Florida State 19, Notre Dame 13. George, your analysis.
Well, Notre Dame came out. I thought they were played with more intensity today in the first half. The score was 3-3, a good ball game. Notre Dame with poor field position. In the second half, Stockstill coming out, throwing 2 to Mike Whiting. Another field goal by Mike Rendina as we see Coach Jerry Faust go off the field. His 3rd loss of the year. But credit Florida State University with a great football team and a great win today here at Notre Dame Stadium.
And a big interception setting up that last touchdown, which proved to be the difference in this ball game. So along with George Connor, this is Lauren Brown from Notre Dame Stadium in Notre Dame, Indiana. Once again, our final score, Florida State 19, Notre Dame 13.